we're about, where are we now? We're about 2 weeks since we finished planting the beans, and we're back over at Jim's. I'm just looking at this wheat here. It looks absolutely fantastic. These are just absolutely beautiful, like across the board. It's absolutely fantastic. So we should have, looking like it's going to be a nice year for the wheat. That can always change, of course, but we're out doing a bit of spraying with a farmer today. We've got the bowser on. So we put the beans in the ground. You saw Peter drilling those. We're about 2 weeks after. It was going to rain. It was going to be a hellish rain. So we held off with the pre-emergent. But farmer reckons it'll go on today. This has been the best day that we've had for ages. So it's going on. Farmer's on the sprayer. So yeah, we'll get a little look at that. We've got the bowser on. We've already filled him up and he's gone away and started. But this is our water bowser. All the chemicals, everything like that is locked away in the back. Each farm will have different water sources. To save the farmer some time, what we do is we go and meet the sprayer with the water and the chemicals. He can fill himself up and he hasn't got to keep coming all the way back to the water source to fill up, wasting time. He can keep going and get a few more acres spread through the day then, sprayed through the day. This one, I think it holds 5,000 litres, this tank. That sort of gives it away. 5,000 litre tank. He can usually get two full fills of his sprayer with that. Obviously his sprayer, there ain't nowhere to store the chemicals, so you've got to bring around the chemicals for him. Farmer deals with all that. You've got to have gloves on when you're dealing with all that. We've got the 7718 on the front. Put the loader back on because that was in the way of getting grain out the shed, so it's got a loader back on. Probably won't come off for a while. It's handy to have that on, you know. But this bowser's been a real nice setup. I think they used to have a smaller one before, and it didn't hold as much. You had to keep coming back every single time. But with this, you can get two full tanks, so I can go and drop that in a big block for him in the middle of where he's spraying, and yeah, and then a few hours later we can come back, refill it for him, and he hasn't got to mess about. So it works well. It works really well actually. But the wheat round here is just looking incredible. We're really happy with it. So it's been a kind winter all told, really. We've had a few storms of late. I'm sure you've all experienced them, and a bit of water in the last 2 weeks. So I think the ground will be a little bit tender, but we really want to get this on because the beans, I think he said, we'll have a look later, I think he said they have started to chip. It's called pre-emergent because you better get it on before the beans emerge. That's the hints in the name. And what it does, basically it blankets the top of the soil and zaps any of the weeds coming up. It's a specialised product and it won't affect the beans. So your beans will come through, any weeds that come through will get zapped, and hopefully at the end you end up with a nice clean field. That's the theory on it anyway. Expensive as well, very expensive to put on, so it's got to go on right. We were a little bit worried before that rain come whether the rain would, you want to put it on with a little bit of wet because the wet helps get ground coverage. Anyway, yeah, 10,000 litre tank here. Over at the other farms they've got a big 20,000 litre tank. Our farm we've got a 10,000 litre tank, and they're all dotted across the farm. Some of the farms we don't have to take this. Some of them are right in the middle where the farmer can get at. So it depends where we are spraying. I'll just show you. We had to put a new pipe in here because these pipes, just where the sun's on them, little bits of algae growing them, then they go green. Yeah, that's where our water level is. And obviously the tank gets thinner up here, so it moves up quite quick as you get to the top. And if we're really quick, there's the water there. You can see we're nearly at the top. And if you forget it, which I have done, it'll squirt out the top of the hole, and everyone will know. There's no baffles in this tank, That's the one thing it could have done with. There's no baffles in there, and baffles would just stop the wave when you've got half a tank. If you, when you're slowing up, all the water wants to run one way, and you get a sloshing effect on the tractor. The only improvement would be to have baffles in the tank like a fire engine, and it makes everything one unit then, even with only half full, because the water can only press against the baffles. That would be an upgrade, but you know, it's perfectly fine as is. We don't go anywhere thundering about. They had these stickers. Linda used to do all the Bowser work, so they had these stickers put on as a bit of a joke for Lynn. But, she didn't find it that funny. Right, we're nearly full, so I'm going to let you go. So it's been a pretty rubbish 2 weeks. We've had storm after storm, a load of wet weather. It has only just become goable, really. The farmer came over and checked it yesterday. A little bit brashy on this one. We're going to see if we can find some beans. There's one. Oh yeah, they're on their way, look. Got a shoot coming out. So I imagine with the, you know, with warm weather, it wouldn't be long before they're poking out the ground. I think, which way round are they going? Like that. Yeah, that's the one bit is the root, and one bit will be the flower. We'll put him back. There's another one there, and another. No, that's not one. That's one. That's good. And where it has been hammering it with rain, you know, it has flattened the top off a bit. So we're pretty glad we didn't come out here with the rolls, because if we'd have come out with the rolls, we'd have put a you'd have put another set of wheelings on it, and with the rain as well, the rain does the job for you, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but the top is pretty dry. That'd be a good job actually to get that on. That'd be a smashing job. Still got half a tank in the back, looks like. He's got the front tank as well, you see. And he's got GPS on that tractor as well, so if he can't see the pre-emergent lines that the drill left, I don't know if Pete put them in actually, but what he'll do is do his boundary, and then he'll program his computer, his GPS, and he'll choose him. He'll make his own tram lines basically. The only thing that one doesn't have, it doesn't have sectional control, so he can't turn off. He can turn off sections of the boom, but he can't turn off individual nozzles. And I think you can have that put on that machine. I don't know why he didn't have it done, but I think it was getting complicated enough for him as it was. So so what he does is, when he knows he's about to overlap, he will turn off the sections so there's no overlap of chemical spray. But these new ones will actually, they're GPS controlled, so the GPS knows where you've sprayed, and they will literally turn the nozzles off as you start overlapping. Them beans are chitting, I see, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, they should be alright.
Not too wet out there, it's alright.
Bloody wet the other side in them holes.
Is it?
I had to go around one little bit, but I mean, to be honest mate, I've just sprayed 55 or 6 acres,
yeah.
And I've probably left half an acre.
Yeah, oh that'll do, that's alright. They're not doing it, isn't it? Where do you want this?
You don't have many bloody choices with this stuff, mate. It's got to go on.
Yeah.
So
if you leave it and the beans start coming up, what happens?
You've got to go to a different chemical.
Have you?
But it's not as good as this.
No.
And the beauty as well, what I can do today, yes, a bit windy, but they're all about these showers Monday.
Yeah.
And it'll be fucking ideal.
If it wants to go on moist, doesn't it? Yeah.
Right, if it comes on not too much rain Monday, very full now,
Yeah.
Even if it come half an inch,
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter.
No. All right.
Yeah.
That wheat looks the tits, doesn't it?
Aye.
The wheat.
In that colour.
It looks amazing. Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks a picture, mate. I'm well pleased with that.
Yeah.
We'll get a bit of notion on that this week if we can.
Yeah.
Even if we drop Peter's drill off,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. The end of the week,
Yeah, his drill's
drop
sitting in that
Pete's
shed,
drill
isn't
off
it?
and put a spinner on that tractor.
Yeah.
Take it and changing wheels.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get Peter's wheels on this week.
Yeah.
We'll try and get buzzers cleaned out and the clamp cleaned out.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be good. But that little tiny tank I've asked you this 10 times. Is it just fresh water in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using that.
Like a hand wash.
Yeah. It's got it's to a tank. It's got a spinner thing in the tank, washes the tank out.
Oh.
I don't use it. I tend to just wash the tank out with, you know, I'll have this and fill it up, run it to the back, and then do it again.
Yeah.
That's all I clean out. But you can clean it out supposedly with that 130 litre.
All right.
It's basically that little tank is what that one up the front is where that side goes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I see. Oh yeah. I never even realised that was
Sorry, I'm telling you wrong. It's the tank on the other side.
on the side. Yeah.
That one there is clean water for your hands.
Yeah.
I've never put anything in, I've always got clean water with that.
Yeah. You'll get across most of it today? Easy, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope I'll finish today, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I will, even if you have to take it off, I will, I'll get it
Yeah.
done. If everything being right and everything going right,
The only thing I didn't put on was that anthem. There weren't space. You said
that's
you
right.
weren't going to get to it.
no, but I might do it this turn.
Oh, you might.
It's alright.
Okay. I can whip back now and go and get it.
Yeah, that's
I'll have
if
time,
you
won't
want
I?
to, go and throw it in if you
Yeah.
want to.
Alright. Yeah, we were talking about Storm Eunice and a lot of people had a lot of damage. And look at that, it ripped that tree, look, right out the ground. And we have got to clean that up. We'll deal with that. But you wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't think it'd pull all the soil around it. It must have had some power. That day we were out delivering. We had a puncture on the truck. And yeah, we saw, oh well, it's too late. We had a lorry. That always happens, and they're usually absolutely flying across that bridge. Nothing you can do. Once you commit yourself, you commit yourself. But yeah, there was lorries overturned, and yeah, it was absolute chaos. There's wood all over the roads. Another cracker of a day. But I wanted to show you the truck. So we sent the truck away because the bed on the truck wasn't very good, and it come back pretty quick actually, because the guys had a template of one that they made. This is the one they've done. It's not your typical bolt on this one. You know, the guys welded it all together by hand, and it's you know, it's proper sturdy one. I'll tell you the guy who built it. That's the company name that did it, and they've done a really nice job. You get new lights on there. I don't know what it costs. You'll have to ask the farmer that. I don't know what it costs, but yeah, before on the old truck we could only get, you could put 2 packs on, but you'd have to stack them up. And now we can get 2 packs on. They're not, you know, they're clearly not over the sides. And if you wanted, you could put one on top. It, you know, it looks fantastic, and it's well made. Really impressive. You know, the guys have, you know, the bolt-on ones, even on our truck, that's only a bolt-on one, but this thing is twice the strength of that, and it all bolts up underneath it. And the guy must make them. I guess the flat bit must be thing, but this is all welded. You know, and that protects the back of the truck. You'll never bend that. So Lynn's really chuffed with it, and it's amazing what work this truck does. Everyone says, oh, it's dirty. It's used every single day, and it's out in the fields in the mud where we can't get with the other truck. We run our own delivery service, and this whole barn has gone out on these 2 trucks, and quite phenomenal really. Lynn started it all off because everything used to go out on the wagons, but yeah, Linda decided she was going to take a bit of hay out a few years ago, and now it's led on to the big truck, and in my eyes it's win-win, you know. These companies will take months and months to pay you, whereas the customers that these guys pay us straight away. So yeah, it's win-win. I'll show you what they did. Obviously the mud guards are on there, but they moved the they have to move this filler cap. There was something to do with this, so that has to be moved because on the other truck it goes somewhere else. I think it's a bit further up here, but you got loads of hooks on there, you know, steel hooks, sturdy hooks, and even the box, that, you know, the aluminium box, it's not thin stuff, it's real strong stuff. Anyway, we're really chuffed with that, yeah, Linda will make use of that. And this truck, because it's four-wheel drive, we can go anywhere with it. You know, we've got a lot of girls that are out in fields, and the horses are out in fields, and you've seen that transit van. So the moment you get off the road, it's just spinning its wheels. Wants a lock and diff on it, really. Linda's truck upgrade, pretty cool. Looks really smart. Anyway, I've got a delivery, so I'm going. Right, just bringing you down the bottom of the farm here. Obviously this was one big straw rick. Starting to get towards the end of that one now. We've got one more at the farm across the way, and we have got another rick over at Peter's farm as well, so I don't know which one we'll start on next. There's a hell of a lot over there. Straw situation has been a lot better this year, a lot more straw around. Now this big pile of water here, that used to be an old muck heap, so you can see the old muck heaps, they keep the compaction there. It doesn't matter what you do with it, the compaction's deep down, and we're on the clay, so it just turns into a pond. We're just going to have a little look at the wheat out here. You're going to excuse the noise from the motorway, I can't do anything about it. Actually, don't look. We've still got our thin patch here, that's where the drill mucked up, and it went to half rate, where the metering system messed up a little bit. Still a little bit behind what's out here. Actually doesn't look too bad really. Still wet about. It's more rain coming in tomorrow apparently as well. And these fields here, these only had the discs on them, so they didn't get the disc aerator, which gets down deep and allows it all to drain away. It looks like it wants a little bit of nitrogen on it, and I think the farmer is planning to do some at the end of this week, so you'll probably see some of that. But on the whole, it doesn't look too bad. I know these wet areas, they're always going to be a bit patchy there, but across, you know, down the drill lines, I think the stuff over at Jim's looks better, if I'm honest. Get nitrogen on and it'll perk up and it'll start tillering and growing away, and weather's going to start getting warmer now, so start spring I think. When I don't know when the actual date for spring is, but I think it's soon. I saw the first daffodils out this morning. Peter dug this trench, so all the water used to come off basically and just run off onto this field here, but me and Pete were out here, and basically we've done a ditch all the way round, and it joins up into the actual ditches around the farm. It's done its job. We might have to scrape a bit more out of here. It looks like we might have to do a little bit out of here. This is an old shed. I think we're going to use it for a future project. The yard here, everything used to congregate into this spot here, and when the field would get so wet, it would yeah, just sit at level, and then that bit would just be constant water, and it would actually drift into the shed. A bit of a nightmare, it wasn't ideal. So Peter dug this in, and you can see it's carrying the water away. There's water in there. It seems to have worked really well actually. We're quite chuffed with it. There's the old field drains, look. There's one of the field drains for that field. So I think they said some of these drains had collapsed or something, but that all runs off into the ditch, that end. And what we're going to try and do is join up that top yard, and try and join that up to it as well. We will have a day or two moving some muck. These fields here then become the bull paddocks later on. We'll usually take one cut of silage off them, and then got a bit of clearing up to do. We'll move all this stuff, tidy it all back up, You don't want to be out here with machinery now because wow, you just absolutely make a terrible mess. I can see a nose. Right, looks like she's just about to have it. See a nose and one leg, so I've got to see if I can put that leg forward, otherwise she's not going to get on. So we'll come back if we can get it out. You can see I got my hat off, so we had to get her in. Calf had one leg right back, one leg trying to come forward. If they got two legs there and a nose, we'd leave them. You know, she should have them by herself. Plenty of room. She's a cow. She's had a few calves. He was coming out one leg and a nose, so I just got the farmer back here. Managed to get her in. That's hard work. She always wants to go back to where she's nesting, so always a bit difficult on that front, but let's have a little look at him. Mum's going to clean him up now. We'll get some iodine or some antiseptic spray for his navel, but we'll do that. That'll be done in about an hour's time. Yeah, Mum's doing well, but farmer told me she wouldn't have had him by herself, so it's a good job we got farmer back. She'll clean him up now. Clean him up, then we'll hope he will get up and start sucking by himself. If he doesn't, then the farmer will get him up and try and get him on there. First milk is colostrum, very, very important, full of antibodies for infections and everything like that for the calf. So very important he gets first milk off mum. Yeah, and then it's job done. We will then tag him up in a few days' time, and we'll move him around the shed. Keithy has been washing off the hedge trimmers, haven't you? Mm-hmm. When do you start hedge trimming? What's the date you start?
1st of September.
And what's the last day you can go?
1st of March.
1st of March. So that's about where we are, isn't it? What's the date today? 28th?
Was it last day today? Or was it 1st?
28th of Feb. Yeah, but anyway, you've got...
go on the 1st of March. The last day is the 1st of March, I think.
Yeah. But it's all washed off. All ready to go, and now what will they do? They'll sit, we'll go and put them away, you're going to go and take them off.
Yeah, just take them off, put them away for a few months.
And they usually come out summertime when the hedges get a bit up, don't they? When the verges get a bit up.
Yeah, do a bit of grass cutting first.
Yeah. How many hours do you put on that over the season? Loads? So
It's maybe 1,000 hours.
you're pretty much continuously hedge trimming all the way through winter, aren't you?
Mm.
But yeah, Keithy's going to take you with him, and he's going to unhook everything. He's going to put a camera on his head for us. happened there?
Wrong hole.
Is it always sweeping up at the end, no matter what barn?
Not quite as bad as this.
And what will he do, Keith? If he ain't got a load, say that ain't filled his lorry up, does he go elsewhere?
Don't think he will, not Thursday.
He might go to another farm, top ups? No. But we'll come back, won't we?
Yeah,
we'll pick up all these panels,
Yeah, hoover it all out.
hoover everything out, put a load of poison in for the icicles,
Yeah.
and
Won't be long.
yeah, that's no fun doing that by yourself, is it?
No.
Have you ever had to do one by yourself?
Yep.
What, where the driver wouldn't help you or nothing?
No.
Really?
Get on the loader, shovel it.